Hey everybody, I'm Gray from CrossFit Shropshire. Today I'm going to be teaching Alex running skills. This is Alex, head coach of CrossFit Shropshire.
Hi there.
So Alex, tell me about your running.
So I can run, but my technique and my coordination isn't in sync, and I feel I'm using more energy to run than I should. It's not natural.
Yeah, a lot of people do that, don't worry. So what we're going to do today, Alex, we are going to firstly film you running, and then we're going to go through the concepts of efficient running, and then we're going to analyse that video together. Then we're going to go through some running drills, so you can teach yourself all the finer details that you need to do.
Cool, that sounds cool to me.
Alex, follow me straight side. Okay. So the plan is, just run as you would normally, please. Don't try to do anything crazy, and then don't go too quick, because we haven't done a big warm-up, so this is your warm-up really. Then start to run from the centre of the grid, all the way along the lane to the telegraph pole there, and just jog, and then come back the other way, and then go to the centre of the grid again, and go a little bit quicker. So kind of just slow jog, and then as you progress, go a little bit quicker each time. We do it 4 times, and each time go a little bit quicker, but don't have to progress into a sprint. Okay, makes sense? And then I will film you between the gate post and the post there. Okay? Also, have a safety. Absolutely. Guys, walk that please. I'll find the app. Right then. Ready? Hang on. Okay. Car coming. Health and safety. Ready. Let's go. Thanks, Alex. So just turn around and go again. A little bit quicker if you can. Nice, Alex. And when you're here, Alex, don't increase or decrease speed when you're on this bit here where we're filming. Constant. Good. Last one. Good. Okay, Alex, stand. Just run towards me. Same speed then. Don't slow down. Don't speed up. Just now the other weak knee to the side. Hang on, hang on. Spin around and come back. Okay. Go on. Thanks, Alex. Let's come back in. Hey, how do you feel? Good. So now we're going to go in, we'll discuss the concepts of efficient running, and we'll analyse the video. Awesome. Okay. Ready?
I'm ready, good.
Action. Okay, Alex, good job outside.
Thanks, mate.
So, the concept of efficient running, have you thought about that? Have you learned anything ever about it?
No, I always thought about just moving the arms and hope for the best.
Yeah, that's why a lot of people do that. It can be a bit of a sore subject because anybody can run. However, the people that do it well naturally are generally the better runners at school and things. However, we're all humans. We can all learn the right technique on how to run efficiently, and just by learning technique, we can get you to go quicker, to be more efficient, to go longer. It takes a while, but that's what time well spent, really. So, efficient running, the concept really, if we're going from A to B, there's no point in going by C upwards. So you see people maybe running and they're jumping like this each step, like that. So that's not efficient to jump. If we're going from A to B, let's don't go by C. Another quite important concept really is the fall. Now Alex, what is the strongest force in the world?
Gravity.
Love.
Okay.
No, it's gravity. Yeah, it's gravity. So we're falling at a rate of 9.81 meters a second. We can travel quickly enough, okay? There's no need to try and fight against it. So that's why we're going to fall forward, use gravity to our advantage. The next thing is, do you know how much your foot weighs in comparison to body weight?
No.
So our feet weigh 2% of our body weight. Your leg might weigh 19%, maybe 25%. If you've got big, strong muscles like Alex does. So what we need to do, we need to pull 2% of our body weight straight up and then fall forwards. That way we're using gravity, we aren't wasting energy pushing the whole body weight forwards. So an analogy here would be, see this stick here now? I have to come a bit closer here. If I get the stick, so Alex, I'll hit your head there if you stand aside please. So Alex, this stick, if I get here now, I have my base of support under the stick. Watch what happens if I let it fall that way. Falls over, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What happens now if I change my base of support? So I have the fall or the lean here, I then change the base of support in that direction, watch what happens. See, the stick just travelled forwards because it was able to change its base of support. That's the same concept when you're running. If you fall and then you keep changing your base of support, you can use gravity to your advantage and run efficiently. So we've covered the fall, the pull and the fall. The next part really is the pose or the posture. This is quite interesting. Every single human movement does have a defined start and end position. So Alex, could you now please show me the start position for a deadlift? Most people know this, start position for deadlift. Barbell goes mid-shin, shoulders back and down, nice back angle. And now please show me the end position of the deadlift. Perfect, standing up straight, barbell finishes here. Excellent, so you know the right technique for a deadlift. Just spin sideways, please. Show us the right technique for a deadlift. Whilst that's missing, shoulders back, hips and shoulders rise at the same angle, so knees go back, and stand up straight up, finishes here. Perfect. Doesn't overextend, squeeze the core tight there. Perfect, that's how you do it. However, if somebody doesn't know the right technique for a deadlift, you please show us now. Perfect. Well, not perfect, bad technique. However, he still finished in that end position. So the ideal start position was the same, the end position was the same. However, how he went from start to finish, he can do efficiently with the correct technique or poorly with the incorrect dangerous technique. And running, nothing changes really. We have a defined start position and a defined end position. No matter how good or bad runner you are, at some point you will achieve those two positions. So, if you're guessing what those positions are, shall I show you?
Yes, please.
Excellent. So the start position, at some point you will have one leg directly under your general centre of gravity. Then you'll have your other leg in this figure 4 position here. That's going to happen no matter how good or bad you are. Then the next phase, you're going to transition to the end position. You'll transition to the other leg here, and then your other leg, under your general centre of gravity, and then the other figure 4 here. So no matter how good or bad you are at running, at some point, that's going to happen. Any questions, Alex?
No, yeah.
Yeah?
Makes a sense, yeah.
Cool. So now let's have a look at what you're doing here, shall we?
Yes.
Excellent. So now we've gone through those concepts. Let's just push play and you can see what's happening.
Thanks, Alex. So just turn around and go again.
Yeah. So another concept which we have to go through really is muscle elasticity, okay, and grounding action. So Alex, you just show us now, please, if you could stand here. Yeah. So now, you just show me how you would skip or just jump in general, just jump. And do a few, nice. So that is one big muscle contraction, you're doing one big jump there. Now just skip like you're skipping, you know, doing like 50 singles. That's it. So the jump before was a muscle contraction. He's just expending energy in one massive movement. Now he's more efficient and he's using muscle elasticity to keep bouncing. So he's landing and rebounding upwards. If you notice what he's doing there, he's landing on the ball of his foot, heel kissing the floor, and then bouncing upwards. Do that again, please. And then after a couple of jumps, switch to heels. See what happens. So just bounce like you would before, just bounce, don't jump, just bounce. That's it, just bounce. That's it. Now switch to heels. Toes up, heels. It's not really working, is it? It's hard work. That's it. So when you run, and Alex, you're now landing on your heels.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're not using muscle elasticity. As you can see, less efficient. Also, what happens if you land on your heel? Generally, you land with your legs straight, toes up, in that dorsiflex position of the foot. That way, if you're not careful, what happens? You land, and potentially each step you could have 2.5 times your body weight going through that one leg each step. Okay. So when you land like that, all that force is going to go through your bones, and then potentially be absorbed by your ligaments. And we know what are ligaments for? They're for structure and to stabilise the joints, not for absorbing forces and energy. That's what your muscles and tendons are for. So that's why it's important to use muscle elasticity to actually rebound each step. Less injury and more efficient. Another concept as well is landing out in front. Okay, so do you know what a efficient object is, Alex, at using inertia or rolling?
Wheel.
Wheel, that's it. So a wheel, the general centre of gravity is underneath. Sorry, this base of contact is underneath this general centre of gravity. So it's landing under its base of support at all times. So if you roll downhill, nothing is landing out in front of it. If we are here now, and then I'm with you, I'm full forwards, I put my foot out, watch what happens. I've just stopped myself from travelling forwards.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you land out in front of your direction of travel, you slow down each step. So if you're doing that each step, it's going to be less efficient as you continue. So you want to land under your general centre of gravity and pull. Okay? Excellent. So let's have a look. Can you see what's happening here? Right foot landing out in front of the general centre of gravity. Okay. Not good posture. Working at the hip, head forward and banded. And here, that knee is bending and extending. So that means you're jumping. Each step you're doing, you're jumping forwards. And then that foot there, that foot should go in one straight line back to that figure 4 position. But at the moment it's going up, and then you're going to use those hip flexors to pull it forwards, like that. And then because you've got the extra energy you're making here, you're landing out in front quite a lot. There. There. See how you're landing in front with the heels?
Yep. So with the toes.
all the foot landing. What you want to do. Excellent. There, let's look at the front. The front of your. Perfect. So, a little spin circle. Okay. Here we go. Running towards me. Now then, see what you're doing here. If you can see somebody's heels when they're running towards you, you know they're going to be heel striking. Tell there. Now then, we've already covered jumping and landing. Now you're landing, as you can see, you're landing quite near the midline of your body and the centre. So Alex is actually running and landing here. If he does that, this rear leg has to then come round and travel past his base of support like that. So watch what happens now when I do that and I don't ground it. I do that and I spin around. So every step Alex is taking, he's making extra energy which isn't efficient, spinning. So he's overcoming that. It's called Coriolis torque in the spine. He's overcoming that by doing that torque that way. So he's running and doing this and doing this. So watch here, see his shoulders come to the side like that. That foot's coming round. So that there isn't really good posture, spinning side to side. So you can be efficient by just landing with a naturally hip switch position. Okay. So Alex, that's one of the concepts of efficient running, and that's what you've just done now. What do you think?
Cool. Yeah, I understand what I need to do.
Any questions?
No.
Why
Just need to practice it.
Well, this is the drills now to teach you what to practice.